Again with you, Omar from Brownsburg Motorsports. Today we have a 2018 Acura TLX. We're going to be showing you the step-by-step on how to remove and replace the spark plugs and coils on both the front bank and the rear bank. And by that I mean the front of the engine, the back of the engine, because it's a V6 engine. Now this procedure is going to be the same for any Honda or Acura equipped with a 3.5 naturally aspirated engine. So any Acura with a V6 from 16, 17, all the way up to like 2022. Same thing with Honda Accord, Honda Pilot, and Honda Passport. So if you have any of these between these years with a 3.5, you're at the right spot. Let's go ahead and jump straight to it. All right, you guys. So I want to say this job that I'm about to do is easiest on any Acura or a Honda Accord. So like any sedan, Acura or Honda equipped with this engine is going to be the easiest. And the reason why I say the easiest is because you have enough space to access the coils and spark plugs from the back. If you're working with a Honda Passport or a Honda Pilot, obviously with the same setup, the 3.5 engine, you might have to remove the covers over here. You even might have to remove the intake manifold. So in this scenario, I'm not gonna remove the intake manifold because I have direct access to all of this. So let's go ahead and jump straight to it. First of all, I'm gonna use my 10 millimeter. I want to make sure you guys could see. All right, perfect. So I have a 10 over there, a 10 over there, and a 10 over there for the coils. And we're gonna go ahead and disconnect them. To disconnect them, it says it right there. Push these two, and you might be able. It might actually work. I'm gonna try and remove this completely. There we go. So it says push on the sides, but I think it's just the one on top, right there. Seen that? You guys see that tab over there? Let me go ahead and zoom in for you a little bit, so you can see it. All right, so that's the tab, the green tab right there. That's what I pushed. I'm gonna go ahead and put this cover around it. It's actually a really good idea to have this cover. I don't know why it says push over here, but it might actually refer to the front. Yeah, but you're gonna push right there where it says push. And even then, it still might not come off. So I'm just gonna remove the shields. Just gonna back them up. These here we go. It came off. I guess I did push it. So let me try using my flathead. There we go. Perfect. So make sure you guys could see. So what I did there, I just pushed and I used my flathead or a clip remover and remove it. What I would recommend is you back this rubber sleeve around it, back it up, and actually push the tab. And just for you who didn't see this earlier, I'm gonna back this up again. I'm wearing gloves, so it's a little bit hard to back up this rubber plate, but let me try and plus this engine is like a 350-degree right now. It was just driven for like I think 45 minutes before it got here. All right, but yeah, what I'm talking about is this right here. Come on. All right, that tab right there. So on the front, right there on the front, that's the tab you push. You push that tab to release it, and once you release it, you just pull it up, and the connector comes out. Let me go ahead and put this back. Perfect. Now I'm gonna use my 10 millimeter. This is my sissy gun, so it doesn't really have. I call it sissy because it doesn't really have a lot of power, and it's barely no torque at all. It just makes the job easier once it's loosened. I'll make sure you guys could still see that. Oh yeah, perfect. And then last but not least, all right. Now I'm gonna go ahead and remove that coil. Okay, I mean this is a 2018, has about 96,000 miles on it, and I'm pretty sure these coils are still good. Honestly, like I'm pretty sure they're still good. They don't seem to be burned or anything on the inside. So I'm gonna go ahead and tell the customer to keep these in case one of the new ones goes out in the future or whatever. They always have a spare. All right. So as far as the spark plug, what you're gonna need is you're gonna need a spark plug tool or spark plug socket, which looks like that. That's a spark plug socket. What is the size on it? Should say the size. It does not say the size. If you go to your local parts store, ask for spark plug socket. That's what they were gonna give you. All right. Now I'm gonna use my hand ratchet. You definitely do not want to use a power tool with this. Okay. I am honestly on edge trying to see how the spark plug looks like. Now, this customer reported that they had lights on the dashboard about the front, the lane assist, the adaptive cruise, and the lane departure. And then recently they had a transmission message. I plugged in the code in the system, and there was a service bulletin on the or service table on the code for 2016 and 2017 models, MDX and RDX. I'm sure if one of you have worked or works on Acura uh, a lot, or have worked on your personal Acura, you probably know the code. But let me go ahead and take a look at this. Oh yeah, these are definitely fried. You guys see that? Yeah, you see that burnt over there? All right, yeah, this is awesome. This is we're on the right track. But regardless, whether this is gonna solve that code or not, it is still recommended to do it because these are the original ones from 2018. You gotta love these Japanese cars, man. Honestly, they do make the most reliable cars out there in the market right now. They're not going to be as fancy as those European cars that I mostly work on, but these, they are reliable vehicles. All right, going on to the next one. The magnet. As far as the parts, we got NGK. Actually, no, we got Denso. I got Denso spark plugs, and I also got. Pretty sure I got Denso ignition coils. Uh, I'm big on keeping everything OEM in this industry, especially like if you know it's a good brand. So as far as the spark plugs, I will do share the link in the description below for these. These are the one I got. I got the Denso Iridium Long Life. So again, I will share the part number or maybe the link in the description. All right, come on, last one, perfect. Now, since we're going to be installing a new coils, it might be a good idea to use a electric grease. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put this on my socket. And then let me turn on my light. And then you're going to tighten this with your hands. You do not want to tighten this with a power tool. Last thing you want is a cross-threaded cylinder head. As far as tightening them, the moment it gets tight a little bit, that's it. I mean, these are not some things that will come out for sure, especially with the ignition coil right behind them. So you definitely do not want to go bananas. Like maybe the moment it stops with your hand, sorry about that noise. The moment it stops, like the moment you reach your max, tighten it with your hand. Maybe give it another quarter turn with a ratchet. That's about it. Right. These are the coils that I got. Like I said, Denso. I will include the link in the description below for these parts. Now, as far as the electric grease that I was talking about, I will also include that in the description. I mean, look, I don't think a lot of people use it. I personally use it just in case. Just basically keeps the connection on the spark plug and the coil clean. This is what I'm talking about. Permatex, you can pick this up at your local parts store, and all you need is just like a little bit of, just like that. That's all you need. That's literally all you need. All right. Okay, now we're gonna grab our 10 millimeter, and we're gonna start this with our hands. You do not want to go bananas on this because this threads on the valve cover. and the valve cover is plastic. So last thing you want is to break one of them. And voila, all three spark plugs are tight. All three coils are installed. We just have to tighten this 10 millimeter and then connect that connector on there. Like I said, this is the lowest torque Milwaukee gun that I could find, and I use it strictly for stuff like this. It will never break anything. I can guarantee you. You half the times you gotta go, not half the times, all the times you have to go after it with an actual ratchet. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and move on to the back. All right, you guys. So I hope you guys could see. This is the back of the engine. So it's a little bit of a tight angle. It's actually very tight, not a little bit of a tight angle. But I'm gonna try and keep you guys with me as much as I could. Now I'm gonna use my power ratchet for these 10 millimeters, and I'm also gonna use a short extension. Okay. Then lastly, that one. I'm not gonna move them all the way with the power ratchet because I know they will probably fall off. So I hope you guys could see what I'm doing here. That's one. That's two. That's three. All right. Now I'm gonna bring either if you have a clip remover or if you have a flathead, and I'm gonna use that to release the connector that's on the ignition coil. So let me see. I know it says push here. Okay, that's one. I hope you guys could see it just like in the front earlier. I'm just gonna push the tab and release that. Now I'm not applying a lot of pressure with this clip remover, by the way. Like I'm barely pushing it. Okay, so the connectors are out of the way. Okay, that's one coil. That's two coil. That's three coil. All right, this one is out. This one is out. And I have one more. That's the one right here. Perfect. Now we're gonna bring our spark plug socket, just like we did earlier. I'm gonna grab this in there. I know the angle can be a little bit of a pain, so let me try and see if I can do it from here. We go, just like that. I'm gonna bring my regular ratchet or hand ratchet. Like I said, no power tool. All right, the spark plug is out, and you guys could see that, right? You see how burned that is. See the power seeping through the cracks over here? That orange residue around the top. That's how you know a spark plug is bad. You don't even have to look at the bottom of it to know it's bad. Then last one. Let's hope it comes out. Yes, it did. And this one also was burnt. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and install these now. I'm gonna grab the rest of these spark plugs. Put some electric grease in here. Yeah, start with the furthest one from me. All right. Let me get the 10mm bolt. You gotta make sure you start that with your hands, especially since you cannot actually see it. So when you start with your hands, if it's not in the right spot, it's not gonna thread. So don't force it. Make sure it goes in very slowly and very easily. All right, next coil. All right, now we have all 6 coils, all 6 spark plugs replaced. Everything is connected. All our 10mm are tight, and all our spark plugs are tight. Just go do a visual check, go over everything, make sure everything is connected, make sure the 10mm are in place, and do not rush this job. You gotta make sure you do this correctly, otherwise you're gonna have some misfire code. The car is not gonna run right, and whichever parts you go with, I mean, you can still get the Duralast or whatever brand from Orali, but I highly recommend using the original parts. Reason why I say that, yes, this car is very reliable. This car is very strong, whether engine-wise or whatever. But the reason why I recommend original is that because when you put original, this car is gonna last you much longer than using aftermarket on it, especially with electronics. So I mean, brakes maybe, yeah, sure, you can get Duralast, AutoZone. I mean, they have good quality ceramic pads or ceramic brakes, or zinc coated brakes. All of that is good stuff, but when it comes to the electronics, you always want to use original, just so that you get the most out of your vehicle. Instead, think about it this way: either you're going to spend, I think these parts costed me about $500, if I'm not mistaken, for everything. The coils, I think they were like 67 or 65 each. The spark plugs, they were about 20 or 21 each, if I'm not mistaken. Everything was a little was shy of $500. Let's just say that. So instead of spending, think about it this way: either you spend this $500 one time and you get the job done one time over the next 100,000 miles, or you go to AutoZone or O'Reilly, you get $200 parts, rotors, not rotors, spark plugs and coils, and then you gotta do them every 20, 30,000 miles. You know what I mean? So think about it in the long run. Plus, using original components ensures that your engine is gonna run as smoothly as possible, and you're gonna get the most out of your car, power-wise, age-wise, everything. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and start the vehicle now, read the codes, take it for a test drive, and I'll be back with you guys shortly. All right, you guys. So it seems that it's fixed the issue. I just took it for a test drive. I didn't even delete the codes. I just disconnected the battery after I was done and put everything back together. So yeah, I disconnected the battery for like 2 minutes, put it back on, took it for a test drive. When I first started, the lights came back on, the transmission message, the active cruise, the lane assist, the adaptive cruise, all of it basically. And I just want to show you guys the code that I'm talking about. So as you saw, like, we have 1 code in the engine control module, 2 in the automatic transmission, 2 in the gauge, and then ABS. What is ABS? I think we passed ABS. Oh, integrated driver support system. This is for the lane assist and all that stuff. So we're gonna go down to the codes. You're gonna see FCAN, malfunction, PCM, ACC unit, multi-purpose camera unit. This is the front, not the camera. This is the front adaptive cruise control. So there is a permanent code. We have torque management, feedback, signal A range performance. This is the code that I'm talking. This is the main code that I'm talking about, P2638. What I saw on the service table for the 16 and 17, this is the code. Either it's stored or it would show a message. So if you ever come across this code, that's the code that I'm talking about. This is the code I'm going to include in the title. This is the code I'm going to include in the description. But I did the spark plugs and coils. I took the car for maybe a 3-mile drive after I just disconnected the battery, and as you see, it's gone. I mean, like I said, the code is completely gone. These are the other codes. I'm just showing you these so that if you get any of these codes here, maybe it's a good idea to start with spark plugs and coil, especially if they are due. But yeah, those are the codes right there. All right, now this sums up our video, everyone. If you guys have any question, make sure you drop them in the comment section below. Your support is always appreciated. We try our best to drop as many videos as possible to save you a lot of money. So any kind of support to show the channel would be greatly appreciated. And other than that, we'll see you on the next one.